Sorry, you have to excuse me. I was watching Alex's last week's. I fell asleep a little bit. I was a loser. I laughed once.
My only complaint was that I wasn't close to the microphone. Well,
take it away, right? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the last regular season fantasy cast of this year's fantasy football.
Yep, last regular season. That means week 13. Last chance to make the playoffs.
9 teams are still.
As you can see, we changed the music to Fox.
Fox, baby. We support NFC.
Yes.
9 teams are still in it. Granted, only like 7 have a realistic chance, but 9 teams are still in it. Who's left out?
Hooray, beer!
Bye.
And last year's champion.
No, he's still in it. He's a long shot.
A not realistic chance.
Yeah. Sorry, Mike. Did he lose any? I mean, why? Well, let's speak to Alex first. He has last week's recap. He'll touch base on Mike G's problems throughout the year and last week's.
All right. Beginning with Mike G. Tank and Tonic versus Bgdg 151, our defending champion, against Tank and Tonic, a rookie, just coming in for the first year. He's putting up big numbers.
Okay.
He won 95.2 against an 84.2. Wow. Now Eli Manning on Tank and Tonic's side, 22 points. Marquise Colston is showing signs of life, 11.7. Not too bad. Not too shabby, as we say. Todd, heap. Every time he catches the ball, they say that in the stadium. Heap. No? Alright. 14.3.
Not a Baltimore fan.
Alright, I am.
I'm a Joe Flacco.
No Sean Moreno, 17 points. He's tearing it up for Denver. Now, Bacardi's side, he keeps starting Carson Palmer, who only scored 6.5 points. Frank Gore, out. 5.2, and he is out for the year. Once you think that you have something special, it just goes away.
I know that feeling.
But they say, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back to you, it was meant to be. In this case, Ryan Grant and Frank Gore were not meant to be. Mario Manningham, big numbers, 12.2. And New Orleans kicker, Garrett Hartley, 15 points. As you can see, my co-worker and colleague is bringing in a special guest who is waiting for us at the window. But we'll get to him in just a moment.
I'll get to him now.
All right. And going on to our next matchup, we got Jaeger Bomb versus Bgdg Gold, Mr. Hans. It's very competitive. Jaeger, 95.4 against 126.5 for Bgdg Gold. It looks like Jaeger didn't have enough to take this. I mean, Mike Vick, 29.4 points. Ray Rice, 14.6. His team is solid, but he's one of those teams that are just, you have to win this week. Mike Williams, 2.4 points. Bgdg Gold is a team to be afraid of, I think. Aaron Foster, 23.6 points. Dwayne Bowe, out of all the receivers to do good, you would think Randy Moss, but Dwayne Bowe, 37.6. He averages like 2 touchdowns a game.
Impressive.
Yes.
Where's Matt Castle and all this?
Yeah, no one starts him. I wonder why. Mike Turner the Burner, 17.6. He puts his wheels in motion, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
He hits the brake a lot.
Now, this game was, I thought, in my last fantasy cast, in my last fantasy cast, I thought this team was going to lose, but surprisingly, he won. I'm talking about Sir Johnny Blue. I'm always wrong. Sir Johnny Blue versus Hooray Beer.
Sir Johnny Blue.
144.7 to 104. He had 175 points last week. Jamie is tearing it up.
He is a force to be reckoned with. He had the highest score this week and last week.
Wow. And probably the week before. And we'll get into that in just a minute. Hooray Beer. With Tom Brady and Wes Welker, he scored 69 points. If I'm playing a team at 69 points, my morale is down. I'm not into it. I know I'm going to lose. Greg Jennings, 12.9 points. But then he starts Reggie Bush. You should never start a player that came back from so long in his first game back. He's not going to do good. watch ESPN, like, not us, but ESPN commentators. They'll tell you.
That's Matthew
Zach
Berry.
Miller, yes, Zach Miller 0.8, and I'm sorry, Bush's score was negative 0.5. Jamie's team. From a credible source, we were informed that Jamie will name his next daughter Peyton. Is that true?
I heard it.
Yes.
I've heard the rumors.
Yes. Aaron Rodgers, 32.1. Peyton Hillis, 38.6. He averages 30 points a game. Jamal Charles, 22 points. Mike Tolbert, 18.2. I mean, those are his first 5 players. I'm sorry, 4 players. His utility, his running back, and his quarterback. I just don't want to know. Now we getting in a picture, live feed, a picture of the credible source that we speak of.
All right. Can we bring that live?
Yes.
One more.
Let it focus. There he is. Wow, what a source. We've been planning this for the entire year.
All right, yeah, let's do it like this.
You want to do it? Oh, well, then I don't get focused on. Sorry, George. Oh, but you lose focus. It's like that.
All right, we'll bring him in later.
Yes. Speaking of our source and my colleague, Interesting Man versus Stu's Brew.
How was that?
Thanksgiving rivalry. And guess what? Please, let's try and get the video feed of the Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh.
We'll see who sat at the head of the table. Now, Interesting Man lost 70.3 to Stu's Brew's 96.7. Philip Rivers, the number 1 quarterback this year, 9.7 points. There's the live feed. Who's sitting at the head of the table? Right. I don't even think Interesting Man is at the table.
Yeah.
Wow, good job, colleague.
Hey.
Chris Johnson, 1.1 points. It's not going to cut it for a second pick overall.
It's a good thing I dodged him, huh?
Yes, it is. Rashad Mendenhall keeps tearing it up, though, 19.1. Not too bad. Now, Calvin Johnson, a.k.a. the Megatron, tears it up every week, 16.4.
The best thing since Dwayne Bowe.
Yes. Miles Austin, 15.1. That's Kim Kardashian right there for you. That's his inspiration.
Did better than Reggie Bush.
My colleague's entire team scores double digits every single week.
Every week.
I mean, I don't know.
Fear this.
He will be a force to be reckoned with. Now, in our last game, Mr. Heineken, yours truly, versus Delirium Tremens. Yes, I lost. 70.9 to 106.7. Not only did I lose, but I got my ass handed to me. Drew Brees, 19.7 points.
I actually brought a surprise for you, Mr. Torres.
Oh, please.
I brought actually the person that beat you. Was it, how many times this year?
Twice.
Was it twice?
Twice.
On
my
our
master.
rare special guest, this is being our last fantasy cast, I'd like to introduce you to Mike.
Mr. Delirium Tremens.
He's the owner of Delirium Tremens. I'll move out of the way.
Yes, please.
This is a rare shot. Owner.
Bitch. Alright, continue with my recap. Des Bryant, 0 points. And my entire starting receiving core, Anquan Bolden, Des Bryant, and Braylon Edwards, 5.7 points. Eek. Delirium Tremens side, Brandon Lloyd, 20.4 points. Jets defense, 17.4. Santonio Holmes, 11. And Miami's only Pro Bowler, Chris Carpenter, 17 points. Dan Carpenter.
Oh my God.
Excuse me. 17 points. Wow.
Oh, the dust in the steel color.
He's not on my list. Now, is Mike a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs? I think so. He's one of the ones that are definitely in. We'll see what seed he lands after this week. And now, Mike is going to say something as our special guest.
That's right.
And our